Hello everyone, this is Mingyu Zhao and my topic, the vulnerability and the security of wireless network. Let me introduce this topic to you. Nowadays, people are extremely relying on the wireless network because it gives us many benefits like flexibility, portability, productivity, and less cost. Wireless networks offers a lot of convenience to the online community, and it still comes with new security threats and risks. Technically, we can solve most of them, but we still have to pay our attention to the management of the network. This, uh, this topic mainly shows some basic understanding and scientific threats to wireless net securities, and still comes with the solution and the recommendations. Wireless communication is based on wireless network data transmission, and the risk of information being intercepted is much higher than that of wired networks. Additionally, the risk which is already exists in the wired network still comes and still happens in the wireless network. And the goal of the security is the same as the wired network: the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. The second point is the weakness and the threats. As we all know, our wireless network mainly comes in the four basic components: the data transmission medium, an access point, a client server, a client device, and a user. Uh, Let me explain these typical threats to you. I'll just explain some of them. The first one is the accidental association. This is the most common one in our society, that a laptop has a wired access point and a wireless access point. So in this time, one has been connected to the company's network and another one has connected to another wireless network, so that it makes the host to be in an overlapping network. This security code involving collaboration, information disclosure. This is happens quite often in our society. And the next point is protection and security. This is what we are going to do to prevent these risks and attacks happen. The first one is we have to fully understand the topology network so that you can find which attack happens in the specific place and through which hole or which device. And we have recognition of device on site. This is quite common in the cell phone and in the laptop software, that you can manage the devices which are connected to the network. So once you find some of them are unfamiliar or you haven't seen them before, so that it makes you easier to find out which attack happens or someone is using your network, and whether they have some minds to do something, it's still a potential risk. And the third one is store the data frequently and make the backup so that you don't face the problem of missing the important information, and some of them have been corrupted by the hackers, so that you don't have to face these problems. And then update the patches. This is what most of the companies, especially the network protection companies, do. They release the update patches and makes the environment of your computer network security more strong and sound. And still, we still have to read more to know the new threats and new weakness, so that we can escape these upcoming threats and be well prepared to face them. To protect the wireless network security, we have to get in this point from the four basic components. The first one is the wireless transmission. We can protect them by using the signal hiding technology or the information encryption. This two is most common ones while we protection the transmissions, so that makes the communication between the devices harder to detect, or even they have get your information, it makes them harder or even impossible to find out what exactly in that information or what is useful in that, because they cannot decryption they cannot decrypt the useful information in the message, and then prevent communication interception and reduce the denial of service attack. And how to protect the access points? We should eliminate rogue access points. This you can manage it and through other softwares to manage the access points and find some of them has some error information which occurs in unfamiliar or unsuspicious time, and properly configure all authorized access points. This is what makes you easier to manage the access points, so that you don't have so that when you face the so many access points, you can check them and update them and secure them frequently. And the third one is the client-server devices. This happens in our life. Well, most of them are physically, like the device is lost, or they can have the directly access to the sensitive information, like in your company or through your laptop, which has been accessed to the specific wireless network, so that they can get the information from that network. This is what we are going to prevent, and some of them has been called as social engineering. So, the network security can use some of these methods, which can strongly help you to defend. The first one is encryption. This is what most of the programmers do while sending messages, and using antivirus and anti-spyware and firewalls. This is also software level protection, and turn off the wireless broadcasting so that you can just simply shut it down and prevent any access and any threat. I mean, the wireless threat to your network, and changing the router default identifier. Allow only certain computers to allow your wireless network. Like I said, managing the devices which are already located or already connected to your network, and turn off the wireless network when not needed, and do not believe the public hotspots are safe. Like we all know that some of the places, like in the uh, public library, there are their hotspots are completely free and everybody can have the access to it. So most of them are unstable and unsafe. So beware of these points. And finally, the most important one is the user. The user who uses these devices and manages the network can cause the most significant trouble. So that we have to make training for them and make them aware of their wireless behaviors, and if it's necessary, repeat them frequently. This happens common in the big companies. They have to train their uh, employees well to protect their wireless network. And lastly is the conclusion. We have discussed the vulnerability and some threats of the wireless networks, and most of the risks has been given some solutions. Still, I have to emphasize that the most important one, which performs most in this area, is the user. Thank you. Thank you for listening.